Have you found yourself struggling to achieve your goals year after year? You set new expectations for yourself. You say this is going to be the year, and for whatever reason, you struggle to get towards that goal. Oftentimes, you review the year, and you may have even found on the biggest goals that you've had, you're not that much closer to it. I'm here to break down exactly why that is and give you the solution that I've used year after year to achieve my goals. And the way I want to explain this, there's a book called Psycho Cybernetics, and what it basically explains is if you set big goals for yourself, who you are right now is not capable of achieving it. But too many people don't understand that. They go into their new year, they go into their goals being like, yep, I'm just going to magically achieve this because I'm going to do X, Y, Z and I'm going to achieve this. What you don't understand is you, who you are right now, your current identity, you are only able to generate the results you're currently generating. How do you know this? Just look at the life you live right now. If the results you're getting right now are not on par with the results that you want to be getting, the big goal, it's because who you are dictates the kind of results you are capable of attracting. That's it. Look around. Look at your life. You've had years and years and years to build yourself to this point, and due to the quality of our behaviors and our decisions, the life we live is completely determined by who we are right now. That's why our business is just a reflection of us as a person. That's it. That's all it is. And so what we need to do in order to achieve our dreams is not strive and hope and pray that we'll get there, is by design create the new identity in the middle that is capable of achieving these dreams effortlessly. It's a standard for this new version of you. They walk into their day, they dominate it. It's easy. They know what they need to do, they execute higher, they have greater inputs, they're in more control. They're free from certain things that you are not. And this is what it all boils down to, is oftentimes you see the most successful people, it's not that they have something that you don't have. You may be thinking, oh, there's this new strategy I need to do. Not necessarily. The people who you see around you winning, it's not that they have something you don't, it's that they are free from something that you are not free of. They don't have certain things that you're holding on to or that's holding on to you. So what I want to walk you through is the exact system that I've used year after year to redesign myself, create a new identity, the person that's capable of achieving my biggest dreams. And of course, every year there's ups and downs, doesn't always go according to plan, but if you don't have a plan in place, you're guaranteed to fail. And so what I want to walk you through is this exact model, show you how you can do it for yourself right after this video, and set yourself up for a fantastic year by just redesigning who you are. So without further ado, let me dive straight into it. This right here is upgrading your identity in 3 steps. Step number 1, what you guys need to do. Create a document or a piece of paper, whatever it is. I use a document. I write all of my stuff down on Notion. It's easy to divide the page into 2. And on the left-hand side, what we want to do is do a full analysis of your current version of you. We're going to brand it the old you, the 2023 you. And the reason why we do this is it is much easier to design the new character first when we have a foundation to go off of. I've struggled with this in the past, designing this new character just out of thin air. It's very tough to kind of cast a vision of a better version of yourself if you aren't fully aware of who you are right now. But you need to be brutally honest, okay? And so, essentially, what we need to do, we need to write down a couple different categories here. Number 1, you need to write down your current routine. Right from the moment you wake up. What do you do? What behaviors do you do? What's your current activities? Right? How much work are you putting in? How much free time do you have? Just write it down objectively, okay? Do you have your phone with you when you're trying to work? Is it anywhere around your presence? Right? Be brutally honest. The next category is write down your negative behaviors, your bad behaviors, right? What are the things, again, these are the things that we want to be free of, that the new you is going to be free of, these bad behaviors. For example, it could be you spend too long on your phone. It could be that you don't read. It could be that you don't go to the gym, whatever it is, right? Write down what these bad behaviors are, okay? These negative things that you want to be free of. Then the negative beliefs. This is huge. When you want to understand what negative beliefs you have, ask yourself, what are the most common thoughts that pop up in my head on a day-to-day basis, right? That are not helping me, that are hindering me. It's maybe my fears in the business, or whatever the case might be. Maybe I don't believe I'm capable of it. It's going to take longer than expected, whatever it is. Write down what these negative beliefs are. Go into detail. Then we want to write down strengths and weaknesses, right? Because it's not just a shit on the old you fest. It's an analysis, right? Including strengths. Write down what your current strengths are. What are the good things that you do, right? What are the good beliefs that you have, the good behaviors that you have? Write down your strengths, and then write down your weaknesses. Where do you fall short? When you try and do a certain thing, how come you're not able to stick to it? What are your weaknesses? What are your blind spots? And then this question right here is going to sum everything up, right? Specifically regarding your business, right? This right here is taking a look at you as a person, right? But this last question is going to be the only question you need to answer to analyze why your business is performing the way it is, good or bad. And you want to ask yourself, what were your previous inputs, or what were his previous inputs in his business, right? That's just the way that I write it, okay? Because remember, we're having a complete detachment from the old self. So what were his previous inputs? We don't do this anymore, right? We're not this person anymore after this. What were his previous inputs in the business? Write down, how many DMs were you doing? How much money were you spending on ads? How much time were you spending working? Right? How much time were you spending with your team? Were you doing daily calls, weekly calls? What was it? Every aspect of your business that is important. Write down, how much time are you spending with your clients? Right? Write down everything here. Then on the opposite side, all we want to do, now that we have our foundation to go off of, the purpose of creating the new me, it's so simple. It's just write down the opposites and the improvements of each thing. So your current routine, that the old you is doing, write down the new thing. What does this new version of you do? What does he do differently? Right? What does he do better? Right? What is he free of in his routine? He doesn't touch his phone, blah, blah, blah. Right? One of the best improvements I made, so simple, I made this last year, was out of sight, out of mind. Previously, the old version of me from a few years back, he was addicted to his phone. The phone was on the desk. It was anyone text, oh, what's this? I need to reply for work, it's for work. And I'd use that excuse, right? And I remember my first ever mentor, Iman Gadzi. This was before anyone knew him. He had like 1,000 students, right? I was one of those people. And he always talked about how from the moment he wakes up from like 6 a.m. until, midday, he does not have his phone anywhere near him. He used to lock his phone in like a little box that he can't unlock until 12 for pure focus. Because really, if you need to reply to clients or you need your phone for work, you can either delay that until later in the day, or most of the time you can do it from your laptop. And yeah, maybe it's the extra little bit of effort to reply to a message from the laptop, open up the WhatsApp, app on your computer, whatever. But imagine how much more time you're going to waste if you have your phone here and you get distracted. It's not worth it. So now, my current identity since last year, I keep my phone way away from me. I don't have my phone anywhere near me for hours and hours and hours in the day, and then I only jump on my phone towards the early afternoon, reply to clients, reply to the team. But up until then, I'm focused. So don't make the excuse to say that, in my routine, I need to have my phone. No, you don't. If you really ask yourself, do you really? No. If you need to go without your phone, how would you still run your business? You'll find a way. Ask yourself that question. Put that into the new routine. The bad behaviors, he's free from that now. This new version of you is free from it. These negative beliefs, how does he convert that into positive beliefs? What positive beliefs does he have? Right? Because your identity is built up on beliefs and behaviors. Out of your beliefs come your behaviors. So your beliefs are the center of who you are. What do you believe? What are your behaviors? And here in the belief section, this is really, really, really important. Okay, super, super crucial. In the belief section, when you're writing down these new beliefs for your new identity, you need to shit talk the old self. The stuff that the old you would do. Right? Corbin from years back, when I was working 9 to 5, would play Fortnite after work. Right? Drink a CC on the weekend. Right? Just do whatever. Not focused, not driven, Fortnite. Right? Now, I still write it down in the new me. Fortnite is the furthest thing from me. I don't know the last time I looked at Fortnite, right? This was years back. And I'll still write down, Fortnite is for losers. People who play Fortnite are losers. You need to be aggressive with it. You need to shit talk the old self. People who play Fortnite are losers. Genuine. That is what I believe. That is what I believe. What are you doing? Why are you playing Fortnite? Have you made it yet? No. Why? Are you making money from it? No. Are you a streamer? No. Why play Fortnite? Oh, it's to relax. Walk. Touch grass. Get outside. That's your relax. Work out. That's the relax. Read a book. That's the relax. Right? Oh, I need to play games, need to upgrade. No, you don't. It's a loser. It's pathetic. Right? Write that down. You need to be aggressive with these new beliefs. Again, because if you're very like soft with it, oh, the new me, I believe that I can do it. Your behaviors are going to be as timid as your beliefs. If your beliefs are aggressive, solid, leaving no room to go back on it, your behaviors will follow suit. If it's like, no, only losers play Fortnite. To be congruent with your new identity, you're going to feel like shit if you start playing Fortnite. You're going to feel like, what? A loser. You need to make it hard for yourself to go back on your word. So these new beliefs, you need to write this shit down. Aggressively. Right? Shit talk the old you, because we're not this person anymore. The new year is a complete severance of the old self. That's why there's a line in the middle of your page. That's why there's a line in the middle of your Notion doc. It's a complete severance of the old self. Don't be afraid to shit talk it. If you've got friends that do the old beliefs, well, one, you got the wrong friends, right? Shit talk away. In doing so, out of your beliefs will come new behaviors. You'll find better friends. That's the way it goes. Write down the strengths that this person has, the weaknesses that he's free from. And then now when it comes to the business side of things, now that you're aware of what your old inputs were, I mean, that says it all. If you weren't happy with your outputs, the results you were getting last year, take a look at your inputs. I can guarantee it's going to come down to the inputs, right? And just from that, you'll be able to see, cool, well, we're going to 5x here, we're going to 10x here. Now we've got great inputs. Now we're this kind of person. Rock solid. Now what do you do? I don't know about you. I'm a visual learner. That's why I do these drawings. That's why, I have photos and things like that. I'm a visual learner. And if you're like that as well, you want to have a vision, a board that you can clearly see with your own two eyes. This is the vision of who I am. This is the vision of the life I'm going to live. This is the vision of how my business is. And for me, there's two types of vision boards you can create, right? Option B, I'm going to do this in reverse, is number one, you have a vision board, right? Go on Kmart or IKEA and buy, a nice kind of big frame, right? A3, A2, A1 size, whatever. And print out photos. It really takes a whole day to do this. Carve out an entire day for it. Right? It is worth it. It sets the tone for the whole year. You do this one day in the year, it's worth it. To match up with this new identity of who you are, get photos that represent it. Right? Get the board, blue tack the photos onto the thing, and you've got your vision board. If you want to go the extra mile, I used to do this as well, is print out essentially the new behaviors, the new beliefs and behaviors. Right? And the way that you want to write it is not, I believe that, blah, blah. No. It's aggressive. It's either I am this kind of person, or I do not do this thing, or this is my opinion about people who do the old thing. You can start the phrase each different way. It doesn't really matter. But have this is like your creed. And you can either have these as separate documents, or you can put it all into one. You can have a big frame with the creed in the middle, and then all the photos surrounding it. To do this, design it on Canva first, get your layout sorted, then go to Photoshop, print out the photos. Again, it takes a day, right? When it's all done, print out the photos and the new behaviors doc, make it concrete, and put it all together. And I'll actually show you. I did this this week, start of the week. This is mine, right? To kind of flipped in reverse. But here, my theme for this year is more in, more out, right? I'm massively increasing my inputs up the top so that I massively have an increase in my outputs, right? And this for me is the stuff that I liked. So I got like a black piece of paper. I blue tacked it to like the chalk like board here, and then I just blue tacked a bunch of photos. I didn't fill the whole thing up with photos. It was a little bit messy. But in the middle here, my goal for the year is I want to do 100K month, right? 100K month, that's my goal. Right, and so I've got photos that represents how I'm going to get there by pure inputs, right? Because I went through and I realized that I can massively enhance my inputs in the business. So cool. I realized, cool, this represents what the new inputs are going to be. And this at the bottom represents the outputs, the life that I'm going to be able to live, right? And so guys, I absolutely recommend you guys do this. This sets the whole vision. And this frame I got from IKEA. I like it because it's like, it's kind of got depth to it. I'm not too sure if you can see. It's not like a conventional photo frame where it's very like thin. This one's very like deep, and I don't know, it gives it a nice effect. I really like it. So, gonna be hanging that up today in front of my desk, just staring at it all day long. That's my thing. And this is what I would do in a basic sense year after year. It was a little bit simpler in the past. I would just print out like a basic like sheet, and I'd read the sheet, you know, every day, that kind of thing, until it sunk in. Now I'm doing a little bit different, having this visual, and this is the thing that I really think is going to be game changing for me this year. So if you want to follow suit, go for it. But guys, that pretty much just wraps up upgrading your identity in 3 steps. You're way better off doing it than not doing it. So take a day, take one of the days on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, design it. It's going to be worth it.